more. And all because of the missing wolf. Now, with as many as 100 gray wolves in Yellowstone National Park, their reintroduction is having an effect that evens.
Okay, so we're gonna pause there and go ahead, take about a minute and fill out continuing your concept map and be ready to share out and throw out some ideas. We'll do one on the board together. So yeah, talk to your neighbors if maybe they caught something you didn't. Maybe compare your concept bubble maps.
So then once the population doubled, the water filled up with soil, the beavers couldn't go to dams, and then the fish and water suffered. Other thing is they had all the berries, so the bears disappeared. And the eagles still there.
They just suffered.
Yeah, how they call it represent.
What else did you say?
Yeah, that's right.
What did you say? Less flowers?
Pure nesting ground.
Let me see yours. This is mine.
Alright, 20 more seconds.
Hard. Less down.
Okay, go ahead, focus your attention up here and add to your chart if you need to change it around a little bit, but we'll go through this together. So, wolves are absent, our elk population doubled. What was one of the first things that they talked about? Michael?
Grass.
Yeah, the elk overgrazed, right? So I'm going to put that, we'll go over here. Elk overgrazed. Okay, so overgrazing, right? A lot of the vegetation was gone. What were results of this? What offshoots do we have? Sachi.
The mice and rabbits didn't have a place to hide, so their populations died out.
Good. So mice, I'll just say bunnies. Bunnies can't hide, right? They don't have shelter. No shelter, so they die out. Okay, so that was one. What else? Capel.
Birds have pure nesting grounds and weeds have pure flowers.
Good, yeah, so you gave me two right there. Awesome. So birds, fewer nesting. So I'm just going to do birds equals no nests. And then pollination had fewer flowers. I'm just going to decrease in flowers. You can make yours a lot prettier than mine, but just getting the idea out. I'm looking for one more key one. Well, what other species was affected by elk overgrazing? Siji. Think of what's another top predator in Yellowstone?
Fox.
Not quite.
A bear.
Bears, right? How did elk overgrazing affect bears?
They lower the bear supply, which
Yeah, exactly,
is
right?
bad for hibernation.
Yeah, so they ate all the berries, right? Because their elk population boomed, right? So they needed more food, so they started eating berries, and that negatively affected the bears, right?
Wait. Don't bears eat elk? They eat fish.
They are
Fish.
omnivores, but a lot of fish, a lot of berries, they do eat, so they're omnivores, so both. But a lot of fish. Yes, you wonder.
Also, the water got filled up with too much soil,
Yep,
and then
so
beavers
hold
couldn't
on,
go
you're
down.
getting ahead. Moving to this side. What was the first step in that process? Yes. Yes, our riverbeds eroded, right? The elk didn't have to worry about their top predators. Okay, so they hung out around the river. So riverbeds eroded. I'm just going to write erosion up here. Okay, and then we'll go to Uganda's point, right? The erosion caused muddy waters, and that really it affects all species, right? Because that's their drinking source. So I'm going to put fish specifically. Michael, anything to add to this one?
Less down.
Yeah, right? So beavers, is that what we're going for? Let's see here on my there's less shrubs and trees, which is going to affect a bee bird, right? So decreased trees affects beaver, and then that affects the dams, and then that affects everything that relies on those dams, right? Like fish, other small water creatures, okay? So there's another option up there. So this is what we call, we've already gone over this, but a trophic cascade, right? If we remove one species, there's going to be this trickle-down effect of everything below it, okay? So we are going to go over these terms. They'll need to be in your notes, or you can just jot them down on the side for now and add them to your notes later. But trophic cascade, this is a perfect example of this, okay? One species, take them out, and there's negative impacts all around. Alright. So you already know apex predator. I just wanted to refresh your minds. In this case, wolves are our apex predator, right? They're at the very top of our pyramid. Wolves are also called keystone species. Anyone want to take a guess at what a keystone species is? About?
They hold everything together.
Exactly. They're essential to the ecosystem. So wolves are considered keystone species. They have major impact on the environment or the ecosystem. So without them, as we saw, all these things happen because they were removed. Did you guys know otters are keystone species? They're super important for kelp beds because otters eat the urchins. The urchins feed on the kelp. So if there's no otters, urchin population booms, and then it eats all the kelp beds and destroys kelp forests. So otters are also keystone species. So similar to wolves, we see if we remove them, there would be a negative effect. Okay, these two, I just wanted to make sure everyone's on the same terms. Browser and grazer. Elk are both of these, but what's the difference? Grazer is grass only, okay? Grass. And then browser, any guesses? Everything else, yeah. Trees, shrubs, good. So everything but grass. So everything else. Okay, but elk are both. And our last term to go over here is recruitment. Okay, so this word can kind of be tricky because we think of it as outside of science as something else. But in science, it's referencing basically trees are able to grow, trees or shrubs are able to grow tall and out of the reach of elk. So with recruitment, the higher recruitment, elk aren't able to eat off of it. Does that make sense? Everyone get recruitment? Okay. So trees grow high, elk can't reach the food supply anymore. That's what it is. So I'm just going to write height increases, and then elk can't reach. Okay. So with this, you should be able to go ahead and move on as a group, work together, and go over number 2, 3, and 4. And then I'll do a quick check-in and we'll review them together. So 2, 3, and 4, go.
There's the grass that the elk eats, so the grass and then the elk, and then when the wolves were there, the wolves would eat the elk. They were the main predators.
Grass, elk, and wolf. Basically, this
So in this first step, pay attention what way the arrows are pointing, right? Arrows matter. As their direction. Grass berries. Any sort of producer, right? Producers are going to explode. Arrow, yes. Arrow is energy flow, so it shows the direction. So it matters where you put those species. Yes, Sydney.
How was the top producer?
What do you mean indirectly affect?
Producers.
Did you talk to your group? No. So think about it. So if
Different population.
so we take wolves out of the equation,
Wait, what did
what's
you
going to
say?
happen to the grass? What was this middle step? Looking at our
Elk.
population increase,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, the grass,
Which means what? What's the elk relationship with grass?
eat them.
Eat them. So producers are going to go down, right? Because the elk are going to overgraze, they're going to eat everything, they need that food supply.
Because I thought directly affects.
So hope's good. Okay, good. You guys all have the correct energy flow for number 2, so it's perfect. Go ahead and keep going. So if you already cruised through 2, 3, and 4, go ahead and read the background section, and you can answer and analyze those next set of graphs.
Oh, no. I can't feel this chair.
So if you are stuck or want to just double check your answers, talk with your group, your partners around you, use your resources, okay? Check with them before you ask me. They don't know. I am like a quarter German, but I don't know.
Research this.
Yes.
So the elk will die off from hunger, but and the wolves will eat their corpses or.
Okay, so you're predicting what would happen to the wolf and elk if there was a drought. So what is a drought going to affect?
Grass.
The grass, right? The plant species. So if drought affects the plants, what's the plant going to affect? Yeah, exactly. It's going to affect the elk. Because that's their food supply. If they don't have a food supply, they're going to go hungry, die out. If the elk die out, how's that going to affect the elk? Exactly. Perfect.
Also, corpses are not good for your health.
I thought scavengers.
Wolf seasons.
Yeah, scavengers, yes. So vultures. Wolves, they do eat like corpse elk. Obviously you can pressure them better. But if they're super hungry though,
Yeah, they're doing the same.
they'll do what they can. They might. If there's no elk to eat, they might have to resort to a different
Wait, bears eat
resource.
elk?
I they said berries.
7 and
Bears eat elk?
Berries?
they're one of them dropping, the other one.
You are for them to catch a if an elk is weak or like sick or injured, a bear would probably go after an elk. Oftentimes though they stick to fish, berries, or carcasses that are left over from wolves.
Bears are more like scavengers.
Yes and no. I mean, they're gonna do whatever they can to survive. So
Oh, no robot people.
Oh, yeah, 2005 helps me
what did you guys notice looking at these two graphs?
Yes, they were
Overall.
right before and then right after it went down. What would that mean? Well, it's just
So yeah, look at 1 at 10. Elk, what's going on with elk population?
yeah.
Going down, right? It's decreasing. And wolf, what is the wolf population? increasing overall? Why do you think that is?
Because the elk population.
Just looking from those without.
There are like
anything else.
10,000 elks in 2003, and
Wolves
they're
are
like
increasing. What do they need? Food supply.
80.
Hence, the elk population is going down because there is more wolves. They're going to
80 and
affect
100
elk population
in
because they need food, right?
2000 and food for wolves.
Good. How are you guys doing?
Struggling on the
Struggling.
part that's howling.
Okay, so let's look at one at a time. This is elk population, right?
And they're like, it's easy to tell that around 1993 there are more elk than there are wolves. There are no wolves at all, in fact.
Yes, so let's look at them independently. So don't even look at wolf population, cover it up. Looking at elk population, what's the overall trend you see?
It's like,
Is it overall going, or is elk population increasing overall?
decrease.
It's decreasing, okay. Overall elk population decreasing, there's a little ups and downs, but look at this next one.
It's like going up, then going down again, like a hill.
Yeah, so overall though, if you were to have to draw a trend line, would your trend line be up or down?
It wouldn't be
Up.
Up, yeah. So overall wolf population is going up. There's a little up and down still. Overall it's going up. Now looking at them together, why would one be going up, wolf be going up, and elk be going down?
Because the wolf is the elk's main predator, as they said in the video.
Exactly.
And there are more elk, and there are less wolf. Those less wolf eat most of the elk, so they start going extinct. And then the wolf produce more offspring by eating more elk, and so the wolf population increases.
Exactly. The wolf needs to eat, right? So as wolves, since they're being reintroduced, they're reproducing, they're producing more, there's more and more wolves over time. They need more food, so elk is going to go down because that's their food supply.
Maybe it's out.
And a wolf would drop it.
Drought.
Think of outside factors. Yeah, drought maybe, abiotic factors, what else? That's in the wild that wolves can't really control. Fire? What about disease? What if there was some disease?
Because the wolves went down. Well, yeah, but so if it was a drought, then wouldn't the elk go down too?
Yeah, so maybe it might not be drought because that would affect both of them. What would affect wolves negatively but increase elk? So affect the wolves but not the elk. And maybe there's a bad virus that only wolves are affected by that was going around. Maybe the wolf.
Wait, I don't get which question are you on?
717.
I'm falling all the time.
That's okay, you can work independently. I can come check in. So they're gonna keep doing theirs and you'll just focus on yours, okay? I like disease, I think that's a good option, because you can explain it, right? You can explain how it would affect the wolves but not the elk. If wolves are being affected and not eating the elk would decrease. How are you guys doing? Do you get what ring tree area is? Yeah, so if I were to take a cross section of tree, the more rings I see, the older the tree is, right? So if it's going up, that means the trees are older on average.
Book number 6.
Fernando calls so we got one
Okay guys, real fast I want to do a quick check-in, see where you're at. So number 2, I already checked that, right? Our trophic cascade is going to be plants, which are producers, to elk, to wolves. Okay, so everyone got that? Looking at questions 5 through 8, when we look at those 2 graphs, what are overall trends we see there? Just want to make sure everyone's clear. What's going on with elk population? Elk population, yes, decreasing. What about wolf population? Increasing. How can we connect those two? How
So,
go deep?
the more elk there are, the less wolves, and then the less elk. Or wait,
Okay, look at, yeah, elk and wolf. Wolf are going up,
yeah,
elk are going down. What's our explanation?
because the wolves are eating.
Exactly, right? So at that time, 1995, wolves were introduced. They're going to be reproducing, right? Their numbers are going to be growing. They need food, right? They need to survive. They're going to be eating the elk. Elk is going down. That's our connection between those two. Okay, and then just real quick, I think most everyone's almost to this point. I just want to make sure we understand the graphs, the 4 graphs for questions 9 and 10. So, looking at elk population, what's going on with elk population? Let's see. Right, elk population is decreasing. If we look at the other 3 graphs, it's talking about cottonwood recruitment. So we discussed recruitment. So for cottonwood trees,